Welcome to Bodhi Unified Flow. Here, we simplify complexity and amplify performance. Today's explainer is focused entirely on a massive topic, career navigation after grade 12, specifically looking at Tamil Nadu and across India. We're going to dive deep into vocational and creative, industry-ready paths. We're talking the Merchant Navy, aviation, VFX and animation, and those highly strategic TN Polytechnic lateral entries.
Look, today we're stepping completely away from the conventional academic routes. Instead, we're focusing exclusively on high-return, industry-ready trajectories. We're going to rely entirely on the latest structural data to give you a clear, actionable roadmap for a truly high-performing future.
Here is our agenda for this explainer. First, pathways to industry readiness. Second, navigating the maritime sector. Third, commercial aviation and engineering. Fourth, creative careers in AVGC. Fifth, TN Polytechnic lateral entry. And finally, we'll wrap up with a summary and our learning objectives. To make sure this session is incredibly valuable for you, here are our core learning objectives. By the end of this, you will understand non-traditional, industry-ready career trajectories. You'll be able to evaluate the entry mechanisms for the maritime, aviation, and AVGC sectors. You're going to analyze the investment of time and money versus the return for each path. And finally, you'll be able to map out the TN Polytechnic lateral entry as a strategic bridge.
Section 1. Pathways to Industry Readiness, Beyond Traditional Academic Models.
So think about this for a second. Are traditional degrees the absolute only path to a high-return career? It's a question every single grade 12 graduate really needs to ask themselves right now, because the data shows a profound shift. You see, traditional academic models often struggle with immediate employability, which leaves graduates hunting for jobs in incredibly saturated markets. But instead, we're seeing sectors that prioritize practical competency, strict regulatory frameworks, and international certifications emerging as massive drivers of social mobility. These vocational paths offer accelerated, industry-ready mobility that a standard degree just kind of struggles to match. They strip away the purely theoretical stuff and focus entirely on what makes you valuable in a global economy. Section 2. Navigating the maritime sector, global commerce, and pre-sea specialization. Now, before we get into the numbers, we really need to define what the Merchant Navy actually is, because there's a lot of confusion out there. The Merchant Navy is the commercial backbone of international trade. They operate cargo vessels, tankers, bulk carriers, all of that, and it is strictly regulated by the Directorate General of Shipping, or DGS. This is completely distinct from the defensive, military operations of the Indian Armed Forces. Okay? This sector is purely about global commerce and highly regulated commercial fleets. That means the skill sets you need are heavily specialized toward operational efficiency and, of course, safety at sea.
All right, so how do you actually get out to sea? Basically, you're looking at two main pathways here. First, you have the BSc in Nautical Science. This is a standard 3-year degree, and it's going to cost anywhere between 8 to 15 lakh rupees. But compare that to the Diploma in Nautical Science, or the DNS. The DNS is a fast-tracked 1-year program costing around 4 to 7 lakhs. Now, both of these require clearing the IMU seat, the exam. But here's the kicker. The diploma gets you industry-ready and onto a ship incredibly fast. You start earning and gaining critical sea time much earlier, and sea time is literally the exact metric you need for further promotions in the maritime world.
1 crore plus. Yeah, take a second to look at that. That staggering number represents the top-end annual salary potential for a senior Merchant Navy officer. Now, I won't sugarcoat it. The maritime sector demands extreme physical resilience. You need serious mental toughness for long periods away from home and strict medical fitness. It is for sure not an easy lifestyle. But the financial rewards for navigating those physical and mental challenges are absolutely massive. It establishes an incredible return on what is a relatively short initial educational investment.
Let's move on to Section 3, Commercial Aviation and Engineering, High Stakes, High Rewards.
Shifting our focus up to the skies. Within aviation, all these pathways operate under the DGCA's super stringent regulations, but the costs? They vary wildly. Just look at the intense financial investment required for a commercial pilot license, or CPL. It takes about 18 to 24 months, but the fees start at a massive 45 lakh rupees. By contrast, look at the Aircraft Maintenance Engineering, or AME route. That takes 2 to 4 years, costs so much more accessible 4 to 8 lakhs, and provides a highly stable technical career working intimately with avionics and mechanics. And if you want an even quicker entry, ground staff diplomas take just 6 to 11 months for under 1.5 lakhs, focusing on customer service and ticketing. Your choice here really depends heavily on your family's financial risk appetite and what you're naturally good at.
Okay, let's pivot to a completely different vibe. Section 4. creative careers in AVGC. That's animation, VFX, gaming, and comics.
The AVG sector in India is just booming right now. We are shifting rapidly from just doing back-end outsourcing to actual high-end creative development. But to succeed here, you absolutely must master core technical tools. For 3D animation, studios demand proficiency in Autodesk Maya and ZBrush. For VFX and compositing, you need to know Nuke, Fusion, and After Effects. But what's truly shaping the future of this industry is real-time rendering using Unreal Engine for in-camera VFX alongside the rapid integration of generative AI for fast ideation and workflows. You see, you're no longer just an artist in this space. You are a highly technical operator of really complex software.
And this brings us to the ultimate truth of the creative sector. Listen to this. The demo reel is the primary document evaluated by recruiters. Your visual portfolio trumps traditional academic paperwork every single time. Whether you take a 3-year BSc or a fast 12-month vocational diploma, studios literally only care about what you can actually create and execute. It's a highly democratized sector. Your raw talent, your software mastery, and your reel are your true currency. Absolutely no one hires an animator based purely on their graduation certificate.
Let's look at a really strategic educational bridge next. Section 5, TN Polytechnic Lateral Entry, the strategic bridge to engineering.
So, the lateral entry mechanism provided by the Tamil Nadu Directorate of Technical Education offers an incredible workaround. Here's how it works. After completing grade 12, instead of jumping straight into a really costly 4-year engineering degree, a student can take direct admission into the second year of a polytechnical diploma. Once they complete that hands-on diploma, they can utilize lateral entry to jump directly into the second year of a BE engineering degree. It is a seamless, highly strategic bridge that completely breaks the traditional mold.
The advantage of this bridge becomes super obvious when we compare the two commitments side by side. On the left, the traditional 4-year BE requires a heavy theoretical focus and continuous expensive tuition costs for 4 straight years. But on the right, the Polytechnic lateral entry path gives you early, hands-on industry skills at just a fraction of the cost. It's a brilliant risk-mitigated way to secure a practical foundation. Furthermore, recent guidelines even allow students to strategically switch their engineering discipline when making that jump to the degree level. That provides unmatched flexibility if you find your interests naturally evolving.
Section 6 Summary and Learning Objectives. Weighing the investment versus reward.
Bringing all this data together creates a really clear comparative blueprint for us. Look at the Merchant Navy. It offers incredible top-end salaries over 1 crore, but it comes with moderate physical risk. Becoming a commercial pilot offers high pay, but carries a massive financial investment risk right up front. The AME and Polytechnic paths, they offer incredible stability and low risk. VFX is heavily skill-dependent, but offers fantastic flexibility. Ultimately, your decision should be guided purely by your financial capacity, your physical aptitude, and your specific creative drive. Let's quickly make sure we actually hit our marks today. We successfully demystified vocational paths beyond the traditional academic route. We clearly mapped the entry mechanisms, costs, and salaries for the maritime, aviation, and creative sectors. We evaluated the deep financial differences between becoming a pilot versus an aircraft engineer. We highlighted exactly why your demo reel is everything in VFX, and we fully charted out that strategic engineering bridge offered by the TN Polytechnic lateral entry system.
So, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Which industry-ready blueprint best matches your personal ambition and your family's risk profile? You see, the era of industry-ready education is no longer just an alternative. For many, it is simply the superior route to immediate professional integration. It's time to take strategic action on your post-grade 12 journey.
And finally, here on screen are the core references cited in our analysis today, drawn directly from our comprehensive source material. Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer here at Bodhi Unified Flow. Keep learning, stay focused, and map your future strategically.